Hey guys, today I'm going to be running through how to make a short cell animation. Disclaimer, this is not the official old-fashioned way of making cell animation. I'm going to post a link to an artist who can explain a more traditional method in a clear way. This is just how I in 2020 have found a fairly simple and fairly affordable way of making them. Here's some of my work. Cool, so there's 4 main steps. There's drawing, inking and painting, scanning and editing. Run through those real quick, and by the end you'll have yourself a nice cell animation with a hand-painted quality that we're looking for. So let's begin. Okay, so you get your light table, you get your paper. You should use animation paper. I don't always get it because it's kind of expensive. You can get your paper pre-hole punched, or you can do it yourself. So now it's time to actually start animating. It's good to start with a bit of a wireframe. Kind of keyframe, kind of know where you want your character to end up. So we'll say that's like the last frame right there. You have the loose outline. You can actually go in and draw the character. Now for inking and painting, 12 field cells are the recommended traditional method, but they're not very accessible and they're not very affordable. This is a good alternative I've found. They're overhead projection sheets. If you get the heavyweight, get the sturdiest ones you can get, and they're a pretty fine alternative. They'll get the job done and they're super affordable. So that's just what I'm using, and use whatever you want, I guess. All right, time to ink the cells. I got a white cotton glove on, and I'm right-handed, so I just kind of pull my sleeve up. It's really hard for me to draw with the glove on, so I just kind of like try not to get my hand on the cell as much as possible. But like I said, there's a slight quirk to these cheap cells, is that they have a curve to them on one side, as you can see there. This is only specific if you buy the cheaper cells, the fake cells, the overhead projection sheets, is you want to ink it on the curvy side. It's a little hard. You really got to kind of hold it down to make sure you get the edges lined up properly. So that way when you lie it down in the scanner, you paint it on the flat side, it's just a lot easier to line up. That's such a very specific problem, but get your paint pen.
And smooth lines. This is my favorite part, personally, but it is the most crucial part, in my opinion.
Now that we have them all inked, it's time to paint them. So you just take your cell, flip it over, and paint the little backside of it. Alright, all the cells are done, and leave them here to dry for at least 24 hours. I'll hit the scanner. You may not feel it, but a whole day has passed. Now it's time to scan these things. Take your background, and wipe down the cell. Line it up in there. Save it as a high-res JPEG. So I scanned this layer with the background together, and I'm expecting it to have a slight wobble to it just from moving around in the scanner. Now here, this is the complete frame. It's all lined up properly, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these layers and I'm gonna scan them on a green piece of paper. Notice I didn't use any green. because I'm going to key out the green on Adobe Premiere, and then I'm just going to be able to line that up like a green screen, and it's just going to make it cleaner and it makes it a bit easier. So if you have Adobe Premiere or something like that, get your frames all lined up and get them at the right speed that you want. And then take an Ultra key and key out the green, and then turn the contrast all the way up so you just have the can. Now put that in the frame and do that for all the other green screens. This character I just had to readjust a little bit. And that's really about it. Put the sound in, and that's just about it.